guys, I'm Safe, and today I wanted to walk you through the two best Thunderbolt 4 docks on the market. These are best for MacBook Pros in my opinion. I have a MacBook Pro, was using the Caldigit TS4 for over a year, and then I found out about the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Max and I upgraded to this one. So I've got a strong opinion on both of these. You might be trying to decide between them both, and that is what this video will be. I'll give you the conclusion up front because I am your average user, though I do use all of the ports on both of these to facilitate my workflow here. I don't want to have to plug in everything into my MacBook. It's not even possible to plug everything into my MacBook Pro when I want to have the webcam working, the light, all the SD cards, the hard drive. If I want all that to work at the same time, I need a proper Thunderbolt 4 dock, and these are the two best ones. This is my opinion. Conclusion up front, the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Max is the better dock here. It does cost slightly more, but with the 10% discount code I'll put below, it's going to cost probably less than the Caldigit TS4. And just monitor the price on Amazon and on iVANKY's website. I'm sure you'll get a really good price on the iVANKY if you just keep monitoring that. Also, if both of these are too expensive, the iVANKY Fusion Pro, I believe they call it the iVANKY FusionDock Pro 1. That one, based on the specs and everything I'm seeing and the fact that this one works as good as it does, I believe that would be your best option if you're looking for something cheaper. And I have evaluated in one of my previous videos a bunch of other docks that are cheaper than both of these. And based on that video and me seeing the specs of this new iVANKY Fusion Pro 1 dock on their website, the $200 one, I believe that one will be the best one. And so just note that, but the FusionDock Pro Max is better than the Caldigit in my opinion for MacBook users. It only works with silicon-based MacBooks, so if you have an Intel-based MacBook or you're planning on using this with your laptop, with your PC laptop and a MacBook, then definitely go for the Caldigit because this will only work with silicon-based MacBooks. So M1 MacBook, M2, M3, M4, and if you have any more specific questions, of course, ask me in the comments below. I love answering questions. This is a small channel. Feel free to subscribe because I will respond to everyone's comment, and I do like giving everyone the maximum value. So give me your specific situation and I'll give you my opinion in the comments down below. And that's the benefit of subscribing to a smaller channel like mine. I have a lot more bandwidth to respond to everyone's comments and give you in-depth responses. With that out the way, iVANKY did send this to me, but I did ask them for it, and this is the first thing I've ever been sent by a company that is of significant values. That is this here dock. Generally, you'll find me on this channel, I review stuff that I've already bought and I've been using for a while, and I bought it because I like to buy the best stuff. So I'm only reviewing the best of products because that's me as a buyer and that's the opinion I hold when I look at everything. And I'm not too technically oriented, so I'm not gonna dive into in-depth specs or everything. This beautifully supports my gaming monitor at 4K 165 Hz variable refresh rate. Again, I'm getting too technical here, but that's what it is. And then the high definition monitor LG dual up display at 60 Hz. So it supports both of those at the same time. And the Caldigit would struggle with that, by the way. It would struggle giving variable 165 Hz refresh to this monitor and a 60 Hz refresh to that monitor at the same time. So I would experience random fluctuations where it would jump up and down on the variable refresh rate. So the fact that the iVANKY here has two Thunderbolt 4 chips inside of it, and so the cable that comes with it has two different USB-C cables that you plug into each of these, and then it's a dual plugger into the MacBook. And that gives you all the extra bandwidth you need that you don't run into issues where one monitor will drop off, another one will stay on, or something like that, which has been over the past year my experience with the Caldigit TS4. That is not the case with the iVANKY. And again, this is just my personal experience. Just keep that in mind because I don't want either of these companies to sue me or anything if I say something wrong. I don't know if that's a thing. But why is it better? Why is the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Max better? It has more bandwidth. It has 20 ports as opposed to 18 ports on the Caldigit TS4. And those are the main reasons. So you'll experience less crashes on your MacBook with the iVANKY in my experience than the Caldigit TS4. That's just in my experience. Okay, there's a bunch of variables here which MacBook you've got. I've got the MacBook M3 Max chip MacBook Pro with 4 terabytes of storage, and that's what I've been using. And this has been my experience with that specific MacBook. Obviously, if you tell me you have got a M1 Pro, I don't know, MacBook, your experience might vary a little bit. But what I can say is both of these work great. The FusionDock Pro Max works better though. So for the same price, I would definitely lean towards this one. And I would even be willing to pay a little extra for this one because of the additional bandwidth it gives me with the 2 Thunderbolt 4 chips. So you can have 4 monitors connected to this one. Granted, honestly, if you've got 4 monitors, you're probably producing a movie or something, and you're probably using a Mac Pro or something to that effect. And so you wouldn't be looking at these. But the extra bandwidth, regardless of me not using 4 monitors, is appreciated and is a noticeable benefit of the iVANKY Fusion Pro Max over the Caldigit TS4. And of course, iVANKY in general, I haven't heard of the company before. They reached out to me. I checked, and other channels, other very reputable channels also promote iVANKY products. So it is a reputable company, and I wouldn't have accepted their product if I didn't find them to be reputable. And in my experience, it works better than the Caldigit TS4, even though Caldigit is a more well-known company. And that's just one man's experience. And obviously, if you do have an Intel-based Mac or you're using a PC, the Caldigit's going to be your way to go. Plus, the Caldigit has the benefit of it only takes up one of your Thunderbolt 4 ports on your MacBook. So it's not a complete, like, it beats it in every way kind of thing. It's more of a apples to apples. If you have a silicon-based Mac, I would probably go with the iVANKY because of the extra bandwidth and everything I mentioned. And if that's all you were looking for, please drop a like on the video. Drop a comment with your specific question if you like. Use the code seifbuys if you end up buying the iVANKY from iVANKY's website. Or check out, I'm going to put an Amazon link as well if you want to check out the price there. Either way, you're supporting iVANKY, which is a great company. I want to support them personally, and I'm going to be looking at more of their products because they were kind enough to send this to me despite how small of a channel I am currently. Also, their product clearly beat this other product that I've got here. And I believe they both have at least 2-year warranties, though don't quote me on that. Double check when you're buying it how long the warranty is, because both of these do get hot, and that is some constructive feedback for both of these companies. They both get really hot, and personally, obviously, it's not like I'm touching them, so it's not like a big con. But I don't know if the fact that they get hot means that the inside components will struggle to last a long time, for example. That is beyond me, but I can confirm they both get extremely hot if you are using all the ports at the same time. And iVANKY does give tips on like which ports to use for what, if you want to minimize that, which is nice. Those are the main reasons I would choose the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Max 1 over the Caldigit TS4 if I am using a MacBook Pro with a silicon-based chip. Now I'll talk about some lesser important specs as an average user. Also, I'll talk about the unboxing experience with each and design and anything else I noticed while using these that I didn't feel was important enough to put up in the conclusions. And I'll put chapter markers below. The unboxing experience for both of these, extremely premium. iVANKY included more cables than Caldigit did in theirs. Like they included an HDMI cable, a bunch of other cables that seemed higher quality and were longer in length than with the Caldigit TS4. And that's that. Like the unboxing experience I would say is on par. As for the feel in the hand and like the premiumness of the product, I would say they both feel extremely premium in the hand. Both feel extremely well built. I can't give one an upper hand over the other in terms of build quality, but obviously, again, the iVANKY is capable of supporting more accessories and higher data speeds. It just has more bandwidth because it's using 2 Thunderbolt 4 chips. What else? In terms of color, you can get the iVANKY in a color that is similar to the Caldigit TS4 here, but I believe the Caldigit is limited to just this color. You can also prop them both horizontally or vertically with a small desk like mine, this desky desk, height adjustable desk. I don't have a lot of room here in my house, so I plop them both vertically, and I can confirm despite how many cables you might plug into the back, they don't really wobble or get pulled easily because they are weighty products, so you don't have to worry about that. One more thing. For the iVANKY, I will note if you're looking to have a 4K monitor and you want to have refresh rates of 165 Hz or higher, you're going to need to use a DisplayPort to USB-C cable adapter like this, and you're going to have a DisplayPort plugged into your gaming monitor. Or you just get one of these cables as well. I'll put a link to each of these. So this is an extra cost if you want the full 165 Hz bandwidth out of the iVANKY with 4K gaming monitor. If your 4K gaming monitor doesn't have a Thunderbolt 4 port in the back of it, because if it did, then you could just straight up plug it into one of the 6K ports here that they have both on the front and the back. That's another clear, by the way, benefit of the iVANKY over the Caldigit. You've got 4 USB-C ports here at the front, whereas the Caldigit only has 2. And personally, when I'm using SD cards and stuff, I do like plugging them in the front as opposed to the back because I will take my SSD, I will plug it into the front, and then I'll just take it outside with me when I go work elsewhere, right? Like I'm not always having it plugged in. So having to have it plugged into the back is a downside. You're also right on the front here, you can see the benefit of the iVANKY. It's giving you a lot more port options on the front so that you could easily plug in and out as needed compared to the Caldigit TS4. And at the same time, it also gives you pretty much more ports on the back as well, or more useful ports. So that's why I'm team iVANKY right now. Obviously, if Caldigit comes out with another one that has 2 Thunderbolt 4 chips and everything like that, like we'll have to consider that. But for now, I am team iVANKY all the way based on my experience, having used the Caldigit for over a year. What's good about both of these also is like Thunderbolt 4 docks I've noticed on Facebook Marketplace, they maintain their price. So if you use this for a bit and then you decide to upgrade to another one or something, you'll be able to sell these for close to what you bought them for. Like they have staying power in terms of their price. I don't doubt I'll be able to sell the Caldigit TS4 for like, if it costs 400 USD, I'll probably be able to sell it for like 250 USD or something to that effect on Facebook Marketplace. Give someone a good deal there. So that's just something else to note here. And that's something I consider when I'm buying any of my products, right? I like to buy the best product because it holds its value better than just buying the cheapest thing. Because the cheapest thing, it'll just lose its value and then boom. It'll be less useful sooner, like it's not as future-proof. And then also my experience with it, like just my enjoyment of it as a tech enthusiast won't be as high. So it's like I'm losing at every point of the game if I just go for the most value product, I feel like. And that's why personally I am also team iPhone as opposed to Android, because at least my iPhone holds value. Like the iPhone is way cheaper when you consider the fact that you could sell it a year later for close to what you bought it for. That is not the case with the Android phones, okay? Anyway, that's a massive digression on Android versus iPhone that I will not get into. Anyway, that's the video, guys. I'll link to a couple other videos if you're interested in more best of products. Please subscribe if you feel like subscribing, if you found this enjoyable at all. I will also tell you that the iVANKY FusionDock Pro Max is a safe buy. This is Safe Buys, and I will catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.